Hi guys, we're going to create this little bunny here. Very simple character. So beginners can, who's new to art, new to vector art, or who just needs some kind of an idea of how to create a little character. We're going to keep this very simple and something we can go through very quickly. This is the final picture. I'm not going to be doing like the carrots and the clouds and stuff. I'm just going to focus on the bunny itself. I have my colors lined out here, my line work layer, and I'll be working in this new layer here. So we're going to use the circle tool and make sure we have our outline set to whatever color you like. I just have mine purple. And I'm going to start drawing here. Currently, this is a solid circle. Whenever you use one of these pre-made ellipses, circle, when you press A and you go into edit mode, you can't really go into edit mode when you press A. So what you do is you right click and we convert to curves. This gives us the nodes we need to work with. And here we have more control with our shape. Let's go work on the features here. Press P for the pen tool. I want to create the eyes. Press A, go into edit mode. Press A again, we're going into edit mode and we can fine-tune our lines, our vector lines. Select our ellipse tool. Very, very simple stuff. I'm going to draw this little circle here. Now, I want this circle to basically be masked into the body. So I want the circle mask into the body. So what I will do, I will select, this is the body here. I'm going to grab the circle and we're just going to drag it. So now it sits, when I turn up the line work, it sits within that shape. So anytime you want a shape to be within another shape, you simply drag it, like I just did, and it goes into that shape. So now when you move, this is actually within that shape. Hope that's clear. Right. I'm going to grab the ellipse tool again. Right. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to drag it and put it within the shape. So it clips it. Pen tool, press P, A into edit mode. We created a mouth. Now we're going to create the ears. Press P for the pen tool. We're going to click, press A. Sometimes you will get a shape like this where you feel as if you don't have that much control. If you need an extra node, you just click on the shape itself. There you go, and you have a bit more control over the shape. I'm just going to duplicate this. So there's two ways to do this. You can go to Edit, Duplicate Selection, or you hold down Alt. I'm going to hold down Shift, and I'm just going to drag it over. All Shift does is that it moves it in line with the shape. I'm just going to rotate it. Set it up. Grab the ellipse tool. Same thing, we're going to hold down Alt to duplicate it. We're just going to drag it over. Onto the tail, press P for the pen tool. A for edit mode. And these are just the highlights that's going to be on its body. So with the pen tool, we're just going to create that shape. I'm going to add another node. All right. Same thing here. Very simple. That's the body of our little bunny. So now we're going to move on to adding some colors. I'm just going to turn on my line work here. And this is the colors we have laid out. Most of the bunny is basically gradients. So let me turn off the actual line work here so we can see. All right. So the base body, we're going to use this this shade of pink. So to sample a color, we're simply going to click, hold, and drag, and move over the color you want and release. It's going to fill the color picker here, and you simply select your shape. You make sure it's the fill, and you just click it. Outline is the same. So I'm going to grab the ears. Add the same color for the tail. And add the same color. Now for the ears, now we're going to have this gradient going from light pink to dark. So I'm just going to turn that off, turn the outline off. I'm going to grab the gradient tool. We're just going to draw. So we want the top of the ear to sort of fade into this color. So with this part of the gradient selected, we're going to fill it with that pink so it blends. And here we want the base color to be a bit darker. So we're going to click, hold it down, drag over the color you want, and we're going to fill it. We're just going to move it down. All right. So we're going to copy this, and we're going to paste the style. So when you do that, you're copying the information that's on this onto another shape. So this will transfer the color, will transfer the gradient, and everything with it. If you have stroke on there, it was going to copy that too. Right. Let's grab the mouth. I'm going to take off the outline, and I'm going to use the gradient. Draw the shape. So I'm going to keep this top part white, and I want the base to blend into this color. So I'm going to reuse this pink. For the body, I'm going to take off this outline because, as you can see here, it's creating this gap which I don't want. So when I remove it, it's nice and flush. Right. If that's something you want, you can keep it on. If not, you can turn it off. For the shape that's within the body, I'm going to use this darker color, and I'm going to fill it. For this cheek, same thing. These highlights, they're going to be simply white, but we're going to sort of change the opacity a little bit so it's not as pronounced. And I'm just going to go back to the mouth here, and I'm going to tone this white down a little bit. It's a bit more subtle. And for the tail, I'm gonna draw a gradient. I'm gonna grab the top of the gradient, make it white. Okay. And we can keep the base that color. So currently there's an outline which we don't want, and again, let me zoom in so you can see it. It doesn't look good. So we're just gonna remove that. And we're going to drag the tail behind the body. There's a little highlight on his body here. So what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to draw a shape just over everything. And activate the gradient tool, and instead of linear, we're going to go to radial. Right, so we want that highlight, which we're going to tone down, very subtle. And for the outer part, we want to sample this pink color so it blends in nicely. And we want to make sure that's all the way down to 0. So now we can have our nice little highlight on our bunny. There we go. That's it. That's our little bunny. And this is how you would go about, creating a simple character. Nothing crazy. Very simple and nice. Hope this helps.